Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It is a Wednesday afternoon and I have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot on the tarot table for this reading. Ordinary Rider-Waite tarot, and not a very ordinary story though, a strange story, and it's a follow-on from that sighting of the park halls that many people found very suspicious, very strange, in Montecito on the 4th of July, that parade. And the clearest pics that we saw that day were of Harry, and he was carrying Princess Lilibet, because allegedly one has to call her Princess Lilibet. He was carrying her, and the pictures were shown. They were taken by Backgrid, or they were sold by Backgrid. People aren't quite sure who the actual photographer was. But Backgrid was the agency that sold them on. They were published in the New York Post. They were published also in Page 6 and the Daily Mail in the UK. In America, the pictures appeared without being blurred. So we got to see some glimpses of Princess Lilibet. Very Markle looking Princess Lilibet, in my opinion. In the Daily Mail in the UK, her image was blurred, as is customary when dealing with children in the UK. Now, apparently, Prince Harry is very upset that unblurred photographs were published. Allegedly, and this is according to Jack Royston, who's the Newsweek royal correspondent, was very much a mouthpiece of the Parkles, and he was talking on some podcast or something, and he said that Harry requested that Lilibet's face be blurred by the New York Post for privacy reasons, but that he got no response from the newspaper in question. Very upset about it. Because this is a childhood wound for Harry, according to Jack Royston, based on his own experience of being hounded by the paparazzi as a child. So, and Jack Royston goes on to say that his information is that the photos were taken without Harry and Lilibet's consent, which I find odd. Surely he means the wife's consent. But anyway, that's what the article says. So that's all. Harry, innocent, child's image should have been blurred. Now very upset. It's reminded him of his own childhood trauma, his favorite thing in the world to be reminded of. I'm being unkind, but yes, he wrote a whole book about it, basically. So that's the one side of the story. Now, I did a reading on that event, and it looked to me as if he was browbeaten into going along with the whole charade at the parade by the wife, who, finally was able to do what she'd always wanted to do, in my opinion, and that is to exploit those children for monetary gain. That is my opinion, and that is what I saw in a tarot reading. And now, on the other hand, we hear from Neil Sean, who tells us a whole different tale. And the different tale that Neil Sean says is that Harry, according to people who were there, Harry posed and took multiple shots of the picture, or posed for multiple shots of the picture, so that whoever the photographer was able to get exactly the right picture of Lilibet, just showing exactly the right amount of Princess Lilibet. So Harry posed and positioned himself and did this all over and over and over, so that the very clear shots could be taken and then released worldwide to overshadow the King's second coronation in Edinburgh. So that's what Neil Sean has to say. So I've told you Neil Sean's story about Harry happy to pose over and over, and I've told you Jack Royston's story, Harry innocent of all collaboration in this, very upset, wanted the photos blurred, reminded of childhood trauma, and my own reading in the middle of it all that said, yeah, he was upset, but he went along with it because times are tough. So what's going on? Celtic Cross coming up. From Harry's point of view, we want to know what is going on. Who's telling the truth here? How complicit is Harry in all of this? We've already been through a similar situation with the near catastrophic car chase in New York. Harry was busy with his camera. He was taking photos of the paps. He was looking all angry and agitated. And then it turned out that not a near catastrophic car chase, possibly a setup, quickly dismissed by the police, by the mayor, and all by Backgrid itself. Backgrid came out fighting, was fighting talk. And the Parkles backed down quickly over that one. So what is going on with them? They're really playing with fire. If potentially they are in a big speculation here, a wild speculation, if they are setting these things up with the paps and then turning on them and then pretending that they didn't collaborate and trying to sue them. They have history with this way back when Pap walks with, I think it was baby Archie, and drones and things like that. So there is history. So that's why we're reading on this, to see what is going on. And I have to say, because it's tricky territory, disclaimer, it's tarot for fun and entertainment, all my opinions, all speculation. I read energy here, archetypal energy. And okay, cards are finally warmed up. Sorry about the long preamble and all the stuff that I had to explain. But it is a complex story. And really the ultimate conclusion from this I want to know is what's going to happen next? Is there going to be legal action? Tricky, as I gather, in California, where you can show these photos unblurred, provided you didn't harass people, to take them, stalk them, harass them. You don't actually need consent, apparently. I'm not sure about that. That's what I have read, but I'm not a legal expert. I'm not giving a legal opinion here. I'm just repeating what I have seen around. So I don't know whether consent is required. If it isn't required and they weren't harassed, and people around said, oh, well, yeah, he seemed quite happy to pose and go along with it, then really, is he going to sue? So we're going to just see what's going on. We got Page of Cups in reverse. That's baby Lilibet. Princess Lilibet Diana, should I say. Baby girl, there she is, in her reversed energy, so a bit of exposure there, the privacy aspect of it, that's upsetting. Page of Cups is an upset energy, somebody who expects a kind of an apology, or hasn't received an apology that they wanted, or feels that they've been wronged or aggrieved, but in quite a childish way, sort of spoiled brattish kind of a way, which might explain the energy, the curious story that Jack Royston relayed, that this is some memory of Harry's past and a bit of a trigger for him, but actually, does he really deserve an apology or a retraction or blurring of the photos if he was really posing? Who knows? So it's quite a complex card, even though it's just a little card. Page of Cups in reverse. It's telling me quite a complex story, multi-layered story. Situation from Harry's point of view, what is going on? Yeah, he's got himself into a mighty mess. 9 of Swords. It's 9 of Swords in reverse. I'm reading that as intense energy of the 9 of Swords card. He has made a bed of nails for himself with this. It's stress, it's worry. Is the truth going to come out? And we're going to find out, final card of this reading, if his hypocrisy is going to be exposed. But that is a card of tremendous worry, upset. And again, a complex level of worry and upset, because there's worry and upset about all childhood traumas and triggers, and Princess Lilibet's face now being shown around, and she's going to be traumatized like I was traumatized. But actually also I'm anxious and worried because I've done something bad and I might get exposed, in my opinion. So what in particular is bothering him? Is it his hypocrisy, potentially, allegedly, speculating? It's childhood trauma. There it is, our childhood trauma card. The 6 of Cups in reverse. The past. Memories from the past. And really, I'm being snarky doing this reading, but if somebody is this traumatized and has such unresolved trauma that I'm seeing in this card, the 6 of Cups in reverse, as a tarot reader, not as a mental health expert, but if I am seeing this level of trauma, and if he is being exploited and triggered and manipulated by somebody very close to home, it's really evil. It's really evil. That this could be set up somehow do this, we'll blur the photos, and then actually secretly, no, don't blur the photos. Or if they did answer the email, or pretend they didn't answer the email, and then Harry gets all upset and can't believe they're doing this. It's just like my childhood. And then somebody close to home might be going, he he he, money, ka-ching. Just my speculation that that is what's going on. But it's very, very toxic energy. It's very triggered, anxious, worried, upset, bad memories, trauma. How complicit was he in this whole thing? How knowing is he about what's going on? Potentially, all that allegedly stuff. He's getting a clue. And I see this card is popping up, slowly getting a clue, because I think the wheels turn quite slowly there in that brain. But that is a judgment card, that's awakening, that's a revelation, literally. The trumpet sounds and the dead rise. Well, the thoughts rise. The thoughts that have been deeply buried rise to the surface, and oh, that's what's going on. So I think not as complicit as people might say, but aware now that quite close to home, there is something that's very off about what is going on. Finally, what's his focus right now? What's his goal? What is he fixated on? King of Cups, he's very upset. This is somebody who's not master of his emotions. King of Cups in reverse, he's I think it might have hit the bottle potentially in that energy of that card, is the potential for drinking to drown sorrows, but it's definitely upset as the dog adds his voice to this reading. But it's even potentially stormy kind of tears. That this is all happening again, and how can I protect my children? And it's just, I failed as a man, because the king is male energy of its mature, most effective kind, and in reverse it's in its shadow, it's not effective. So that's this is all worrying. Past, was he given reassurances? Pose over here, we'll give you a bit of direction, and then we'll blur her face and we'll get a bit of money, and you got to do this, just do it, but it'll all be fine. Something like that going on. What was happening in the past? I got 3 of Cups in reverse. That's the party that's over. Getting that card quite a lot as well. Happy days are over. It's when the party's over and you wake up in the morning, and the sheriff might be at the door, come to attach things because you haven't paid your bills. It's that kind of energy that I'm getting from that card. Not suggesting for 1 second that the sheriff has turned up at the door to attach sale and execution kind of a thing going on in Montecito. No, but I just get the idea that happy days are over, that reality might be setting in. And we've seen it here with the judgment card at the bottom of this reading, in the underpinning energy of his sort of his mental processes. 3 of Cups, but also falling out with friends. Possible there that people he thought were his friends turn out not to be friends. So that's not a happy Harry. Not a happy Harry. I'm not getting manipulated and whatever, except to the extent that maybe off you go and do lots of drugs and drink yourself silly and go away and play computer games, and we'll take care of stuff over here. And you don't have to grow up and be a man. You can just go and play, and then, oh no, now what? And there's this reading is telling me that there's a bit of growing up that might be happening here, from a 12-year-old boy to, how is he? He's nearly 40. Something's going on like that. Again, my inexpert opinion. What's coming next? Are we going to get lawyers? We're going to get messages. We're not going to get lawyers. That's not a lawyer card. Page of Wands. We're going to get messages sent out to people, and PR that might be going out, and it's already going out. So that we might have jumped the gun, and the Page of Wands might already be happening. Jack Royston going out and saying, oh, So unhappy. Page of Cups in reverse. There's the unhappy King of Cups there. The Six of Cups in reverse. We've got lots of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Tons of upset. Jack Royston, the messenger, has gone out already. The royal reporter from Newsweek. That's the Page of Wands. He's gone out to tell the tale, to spin it. Page of Wands is very much a PR card. He's gone out allegedly to spin the story and to make it better, because otherwise it does look pretty bad. Suing for privacy. But there you are, up and down, parading in the road in Montecito with your child for all the world to see. Not a bodyguard in sight. Interesting. So there's the spin, but we've already seen the spin. Tell us about the childhood trauma. We've already seen the childhood trauma, but I want to know how he feels about. I didn't expect it to show up so early, so I have designated this card as attitude. It's unfair and there should be laws against it. As I say, it doesn't seem like there actually are. I thought that there were in California, but there may not be. But this is a matter that there should be laws about. It's very, very unfair. It's wrong, and I wish I could send the lawyers after them. If that card had showed up there, I'd say, there's going to be another court case. But maybe there isn't money for more court cases. But he wants to take steps to right this wrong. Legal steps to right this wrong. That's how he feels about it. Very strong feelings about it. What pressure is he under that might have coaxed him into participating in some sort of charade? Just speculating, of course. Money issues, pressure. What's going on? Hermit. That's feeling lost and alone and needing direction. He doesn't know what to do. Again, I had a moment of, oh, poor thing, and then, no. Comes a time, however sorry you are for someone, and however bad their situation is, when they're digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, comes a time when you think, well, maybe you just deserve to be in that hole. And we've seen the hole with the Nine of Swords over there in reverse. This hermit, this Virgo, this man does not know what to do. He doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't know who to turn to, because the hermit is about your own inner wisdom, your own guidance, finding the path, finding the way. He doesn't seem very good at doing that. He seemed to have relied on royal advisors while he was safely within the royal fold. Then he followed Meghan out. He Mexited with her, followed her. She was the leader. All her people were put in place instead of the royal advisors. He trusted them. He followed them. He listened to them. He's got his sort of guru type of people that he seems to trust and believe. He needs to learn to trust himself and find his own truth. Not Meghan's truth, his own truth. Bit of a speech there. Universe feels very strongly about this, and not only for Harry. We do these readings because they're archetypal, and of course in the disclaimer in the box below, and there is the lesson. This is the lesson. His hopes and fears, what's going on, hopes and fears wise. He's going to lose this one. And it's embarrassment. The Six of Wands in reverse is embarrassment, humiliation. Instead of riding high and being lauded and everybody thinking how wonderful you are and what a victory you have achieved over the horrible press, he's been humiliated, he's been defeated, he's failed, and he's embarrassed because of this hypocrisy that's going on, that this little page has been sent out to try and counter, allegedly. Let us see the outcome. Is Harry going to be at some level exposed for this, for actually participating in this? What's going to happen? We get a Page of Pentacles, and that is a card about deals. So it's possible, given the question that I asked for this card, it is possible. Page of Pentacles is money changing hands, is negotiations, contracts, those kinds of things. And it's a juvenile energy. It's a child possibility. Money changing hands to do with a child. Speculating, of course. Nobody knows for sure whether any payment was made for these photos to anyone. parent type of person. But that is a payment card. That's a deal. That's a contract. It's in the upright position, so it's not going to be too horrendous if this news does come out. But he's certainly worried about it because of that Nine of Swords that's sitting right there, the heart of this reading. That is the horror. What have I done? And beginning to actually get a clue that everything that is happening is a little bit sus. With that awakening card, the judgment card there. But there's plenty of hypocrisy, because even though he's beginning to wake up to the reality of the situation, he still believes that exploiting children like this is wrong and there should be laws, and if he could sue, he would sue. I'm not seeing actual suing. So he's very confused, he's very mixed up, and I know that because this is the pressure card. What pressure is he under? He's under pressure to actually figure his own truth out. That is your reading. And thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.